Today we're going to be dropping out a 1964 VW engine out of this 64. This thing is completely original, which is really cool. But today I'm going to be walking you through how to drop this 40 horse, also known as a 1200cc. Pretty simple. These are easier than the 1600s. They just got bigger and bigger. So this one's pretty simple, and I'll just walk you through kind of what I do to pull it out. So let's dig in. First thing you're gonna need is a jack that will lift this car high enough. I like to get the rear apron, this guy, 33 inches. That will give you a good clearance. You can, I can drop this jack and just pull it straight out. You can also fit a piano dolly under there with the fan shroud. So I like to keep it that height. I've had it lower before and it's a pain because you gotta drop the engine lower and then scoot it out. So next thing you're gonna need is 2 jack stands that will fit, that are tall enough. These are pretty tall. These are old ones, so I don't know what brand they are, but you can get tall, just big ones. And then I always have a safety, a backup, just in case. But you're definitely gonna need a jack that's gonna lift this car pretty high in the air. I'll stand back. So you can see it's pretty high. So 33 inches. First things first, always disconnect the battery. Yeah, so that is first big thing. I always take the negative off. That makes it easy. Now for up here, you're gonna need to disconnect all your wiring. You're also gonna need to take this guy off. So we just take that off. I have it all loosened up and ready. Put that somewhere. And then you got, on the 40 horses, 1200cc, you got your main wiring right here. This one goes to the starter, the back of the starter. So you have to pull that out of the way. This one, this is your generator light. You're gonna pull this all out of the way. Get that out. This one right here is your main power. Goes to the positive on the coil. And then you also got your oil light, which is right here. And that goes down to your oil sending unit. Totally forgot. Got the cat right here. Your fuel line, your fuel cable there. So you'll want to undo that. This one has a flat head. So most of them have a 8mm or a 10mm, I can't remember. So you'll want to undo that and pull that cable through the back firewall and kind of leave it up under here so it doesn't get in the way. I happen to take this front tin out because these seals are really hard. Most of the time I haven't had to, but I will. So just undo these screws here. There's 1, 2 here, 2 here, and then 3 more over here. So all right, so now we're down below the car. You're gonna want to disconnect your heater boxes. So I got those disconnected. There's another one over here. And then you got your fuel line, which is up on this side. Normally a rubber hose goes to a metal hose up top. You'll want to disconnect that. You also want to disconnect both sides of your heater box, plastic, I don't know what they call those. Just disconnect those. And then what I like to do is I like to pull the 2 bolts up top. There's 2 up top and then there's 2 on the bottom. I'll worry about this later. So for that, I normally take, let's see, on a 1600, that side is threaded because of the doghouse. So on this one, it's got a nut on the other side. You may need another person to hold that nut while you turn it from out back here. And then same with this side. It's right above the starter. The starter uses the same bolt. So you'll have to maybe get somebody to help you because it's on the inside behind the fan shroud. So once you get that, you're gonna want to definitely put a jack under here. Get ready to drop the engine. But to kind of show you back here, that is where the two nuts go. There's two right there. I don't know if you can see them. And they are 17 millimeters from the factory, unless someone put different ones on. With the top nuts being off and your throttle disconnected and everything disconnected, you're gonna put this jack under here, and there's two more nuts right there. You can see them right there and right there. They're also 17 millimeter, so get a wrench and just start loosening them. Put those out, we're gonna drop the engine. So it is free. You can see back there the flywheel. Now, I'm gonna try to tilt it back and then try to miss this pulley. You wanna be careful because it'll hit right here. So, tilt this back, kind of drop it down, and then we'll flatten it back out. Can you get a 6-volt flywheel for these? I'm filming. Oh. I think you can. Let's try a little bit of this down. So much easier than the 16s. Well, they kept putting bigger motors in the same spot. Where's the scrub brush? All right, guys, so that's how you pull an engine out of a 1964 Volkswagen Beetle. This video applies to all the 1200 cc's, so I believe 61 through 65. After that, they started making bigger engines, and that got a little more complicated. But this is it's a fun little engine, and I'm looking forward to doing a full rebuild on it. So be sure to subscribe, and hopefully this video helped you out. If I had to tell myself something when I first started, I would say just take your time, label everything. What I like to do is take some tape, some masking tape, and label your wires so you double check. Also take lots of pictures. That's a huge help. Just go slow, and I'd have 2 people, because trying to spot that, and the generator pulley tends to want to hit that metal apron, so be sure to watch for that, and just have the right tools. That really helps. I would say for a first time, expect probably 2 hours to pull an engine. I did this one in, I think it was 25 to 30 minutes between shots and everything, but I've done so many of these that it's not terrible, but things happen. I've had bolts where the stud comes out of the case, bolts are froze. There's a lot of things that can happen, so especially on these older cars. So just take it nice and slow, and so yeah, that's how you do it. Hopefully this video helped. Be sure to subscribe for the full rebuild on this engine. I'm gonna tear it down to everything, and it's going back in the car, and so looking forward to starting that. So, all right, see you next time.